Do you think this, in any way, with the Marfa lights, has any correlation whatsoever to the Titan submersible that recently, the tragedy?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's a great question.
It's why
And
we're here.
We're actually getting close to an answer, Raul. Believe it or not, there is a correlation between that and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
We tried to call the mayor. He didn't answer.
Yeah.
What? Any comment on that?
I don't. He might be busy.
He's got to have something on his plate.
You just might text the mayor, and he might respond to you. I said just because if he doesn't know your number, he might not answer, and just a little
Smart.
bit brief description.
That's why he's mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Makes sense. Unlike you answered.
Yeah.
Off the throne.
Here's where my hang up was. Okay. Yeah. I actually don't mind that the thing was controlled by a game controller. It's just a pressure vessel, and you need something to control the jets on the outside. Game controller, they're rugged, they're built well. Carry an extra one on there. You know what I mean? All good. As long as it's hardwired. When I found out it's Bluetooth, now we've got it. Listen, you don't want to be at the bottom of the ocean being like, I can't get this. Have you ever been, dude, ever tried to connect to a speaker at like a pool and you can't get it done? Yeah. The amount of frustration. Now all of a sudden you're in a fucking tube with 6 other dudes at the bottom of the ocean. You're like, and every single one of them's like, no, you got to
You gotta hit start.
Also, when this thing happened, they were talking about them running out of oxygen and all that shit. You knew they were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way this story was cool enough that they were sitting down at the bottom of the ocean and they were going to find them and bring them back. They were already dead.
Well,
and the most likely thing from the beginning, even before we found out what happened, the most likely thing was that it just imploded, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying. Yeah, there was a crack.
Hold on, what was that? That's what they're saying?
Yeah.
Do you think something different happened?
I think that the combined net worth of everyone on that ship was insane. And that's a lot of money to just send down in a little tube. In
aliens.
The ocean.
You think it was aliens?
Why? It's a distraction. All the shit that's going on
is a distraction.
Because we were getting close to aliens again.
But Josh thinks the aliens are the distraction. From the banks.
From the banks. Yeah, I forgot. Damn, we need Josh.
So I know. So you think it's actually aliens. He thinks the aliens are the distraction from the banks, and you think the sub is the distraction from the aliens.
Yeah.
What in the words of our great friend Philip Garcia, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is crazy.
I want to know if it wasn't a controller, or if it wasn't a PS2 controller, how else do you control a submarine? Is it like a wheel?
That is a good point. That is a good point.
You know?
It's like a bus wheel. It's
so yeah. Shut up back there. Can we look up this Dawood guy?
Of course you want. Yeah, I know what color he was.
Yeah. He's the guy with the sun.
He's right here at the bottom.
Dude, did you hear? I don't know. This is not confirmed. I think I just read this in a headline.
That he was terrified?
Yeah, he didn't want to go, and he went for... It's not funny. It's not.
Well,
it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that makes it better is that this kid would have... I mean, all of them obviously would have had insane panic attacks.
Right.
But if, it was the submarine was just sinking and running out of oxygen, that kid would have been so validated and would be like, I fucking told you. But thankfully, it was just an instant blow up, and none of them even saw it happen.
Yeah, I told you this story was never going to be as cool as we wanted it to be.
But this is also goes the fact that you can die this quickly goes to a theory that I have.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're getting off track. We're going to come back to the Dawood guy.
No, go ahead.
So because they said it happened in a millisecond.
Hold on. Real alert. Go ahead.
They said it happened in a millisecond, right? So that these people on the submarine didn't even perceive that it happened.
Right.
So that 1 second they're alive, next second they're dead. Maybe. They had no idea.
Maybe. You don't know. But
if that's how it happened, I have a theory that there is something that could be traveling so far away in space and in space-time and coming so fast. space time. That's what
Dude,
smart
I
people
come so fast.
said. It's Darian's dick.
All right.
It's Darian's
It's Darian's dick in space
in
time.
the future.
Coming
Yeah.
fast.
No, but it's coming from so far away, and it's
Okay.
coming so fast that
Yeah.
it's going to come wipe us out, but we're never even going to perceive it.
Yeah, that's true. That could happen.
That-
Absolutely.
that's so scary to live like that.
Well,
that,
no,
like
it's
at
not.
any second you
No,
could just fucking.
but that's life in general. That's not even from space. It doesn't need to. Dude, we could be sitting here and get hit. Dude, a plane could fall out of the sky, and we didn't even know what happened.
Yeah, but we'd start hearing it and we'd be like, "What's happened?" You know, I'm talking about just right
Oh,
now.
I
You
bet-
could
total
also,
annihilation.
I
but
bet they
also,
knew.
Fuzzy.
I bet there was warnings.
Hold
I
on,
doubt
hold
it
on.
was just like, and I'm sure there was creaking.
But also,
and
you could just
cracking.
have, bro. You could have a stroke and not even know you had a stroke,
Good
Damn,
point.
bruh.
Good point.
and you're just done. You're
All right.
out. But listen, could you imagine the nightmare of like? There's a couple of things that I find interesting. So the CEO was the guy driving, right?
Was he? No, he was not. It was this Paul Henry Nargolet, the deep sea diving
Okay.
expert.
There were people who worked for the company, and then there were the passengers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So what with the proximity of everybody, because you see how small that thing was.
Yeah, it's right here. You go.
Can you imagine? All right. Can you imagine? All right. Can you imagine when, like, let's say it went down the other way, where like the controller just stopped working or something like that? Can you imagine where you can't get it to connect for a minute, and slowly you have to act like you know what's going on for as long as you can, but then as slowly as everyone realizes you don't know how to fix it, so they all start turning on each other. But then after that, they go through a period of coming together to try and fix the problem.
Yeah.
But then when they really figure out that they can't solve it, and then dude, can you imagine what it's like in that tube in
Yeah.
like hour 50, 60 after somebody shit on the floor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just know, you're starting to realize you're not getting out of here. I mean,
Oh, the fucking panic attacks that would have been happening would have been insane.
they should have, these things should come with like a ripcord where you can just like, you can hit it and the whole thing implodes. As long as you couldn't hit that accidentally, that'd be a problem.
Yeah.
You just get excited and fucking.
But
yeah,
it is funny to think about the guy playing with the controller and it's not working, and he's like, "Does anyone have any AA batteries?"
Yeah. Anybody? Listen, everything's totally fine. Did anybody happen to bring any AA batteries with them though?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just wondering. I was just curious. And then he grabs the other controller. He tries to switch it. Which I was like, "Fuck, we already did this. These
Yeah,
are already
yeah,
dead. We
yeah.
already switched these batteries."
Or when the light starts going off on your way down, and you're like, "Oh shit, I forgot to charge the
Player
controller."
one disconnected. Fuck. We're dead.
We're dead, dude. That's wild, man. Well, dude, we were rolling so hard.
Talk to Josh. He's the one that thinks it's okay for him to just randomly not be here.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. I mean, Stockton Rush, by the way, that sounds like a fucking quarterback. That sounds like a.
Is that the guy's? Is that the kid's name?
That's the CEO of OceanGate. He was not driving, but he was on the.
He was
subway.
on it. Yeah.
But the name Stockton Rush, how rich does that sound?
If you had given first of all, very, very rich. He is in the lane. I bet you. Remember we were talking about how treasure hunters are the coolest jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, I bet you real treasure hunters look at this guy like he's like Derek Dimfel.
Oh.
I shouldn't have said a name. You gotta cut the name out. But this guy, they look at him like they're the real deal, and then this guy's just like some fucking
But no, this guy is the real deal.
no, because he has a
To
tourism.
guys that are metal detectors that think they're treasure hunters.
Right.
He's the real deal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with comedy, where it's like we all like
Right,
there's
right,
like
right.
there's like a fucking like ring where we're like, oh, this guy's the real deal, and then there's like a person that everyone loves, but you're like, but this guy's such a joke. This guy is the joke of the treasure hunter world, where he's like, dude, all he does is bring people down in his tube to look at it. We're like actually looking
Dude,
for
there's
fucking.
no windows on it either.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, you just look at it through a computer screen.
What's the point?
Also, I mean, this joke is obviously been made all over the internet. But there's a thought that I'm trying to get to here.
No way.
Going to see the Titanic and dying
Yeah.
in a shipwreck is obviously like, that's joke's been made all. But isn't that the perfect trip for these people? Like, they're so enamored with the shipwreck and the life of like these millionaires who went on the Titanic and died.
Yeah.
like this is low key the best way to go out for them because now they're also like the people on the Titanic.
I think yes, except for if you're a dude who really didn't want to go.
like the 19-year-old kid. But to his dad, that's
his dad got what he wanted.
Because they want to go see the shipwreck, they want to go see the people that died,
But
and now you become one of them.
See, I don't even think that he was like really that. I would wager that he wasn't even that into the Titanic. He's just super rich, and it was
he's just
something to
looking for
do.
something
It's
to
only
spend.
$250,000 for him. It's like fucking nothing.
God.
Also, if you have a free seat, would you go? Obviously, not knowing what you know now that the thing's going to explode.
No,
but-
because I'm horrified of the ocean. So I would
Ah.
have never gone in there.
Have
Why,
you heard them
like-
describe what it's like down there?
like for race reasons. No.
Like what? No, I'm just terrified of sharks. So I don't.
But there are
fuck,
no sharks down there.
But on your way down,
All right. Well, what do you mean? What is it like? What do you mean? What is it like down? It's just black and fucking lot of
Says
pressure.
it's like walking in a pitch black desert of nothingness when
Yeah.
all you have is a flashlight that shines 10 feet in front of your face.
Yeah. I
So-
get it.
Do you want to see what it looks like when a vacuum implosion?
I've
Yeah.
seen this.
Have you
I
seen
have,
this?
No, I haven't. I want to see it.
But this is not what it looks like underwater.
There's a simulation that's
I
been
saw the
circulating,
simulation.
but it's
So
like,
that's what happened to it, and then it crumpled into itself, and then it exploded.
Just instantly. Yeah.
What is it called when a star does that?
Well, a star will collapse into itself and then explode. That's a supernova.
Supernova. They
Supernova.
supernovaed.
No, they didn't. They just imploded.
Cool.
There was no.
Sick.
Yeah. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a moment to suck some corporate dick for you. Big Laugh Comedy. They're the company that pays for the studio time for us to be able to do this podcast, so we're very, very grateful. Go see a show with them. www.blcomedy.com to get your tickets today. So if you're looking for a fun night out or something to do while you're visiting Austin, perhaps you'd like to attack a comedian. It's a good way to see where there's going to be large groups of people. If you'd like to perhaps, prepare some sort of explosive device. If you're looking for the most bang for your buck when it comes to bombing, check out Big Laugh Comedy. They have the best shows in town. We love them. We love them to death. All you have to do is sign up for the VIP list. Go to www.blcomedy.com/VIP and sign up. Even if you don't win free tickets, you'll be a part of the exclusive group that gets first dibs on tickets, exclusive discounts, exclusive content, and you can bomb this city. Big Laugh Comedy. It's what we're here to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off the Phone. Sorry, we had a little bit of a a little bit of
a Titanic submarine issue, if you will.
let's call it an implosion.
A little bit of an implosion.
Let's call it an implosion.
I mean, if you guys could have been in here, there was a legit
Shit was
implosion.
imploding. We went from having a great time to we didn't even notice it happened. That's how fast it
It was
imploded.
like- It was a millisecond.
It was a millisecond.
It
We
was
went
a
from
literal
okay
millisecond.
to not okay, but we're
And
back
the
to
vibe
okay.
of the show just completely switched.
We were okay to not okay, back to okay.
Okay.
Much like what we need you to do is we need you to go ahead and subscribe,
unsubscribe,
then
resubscribe.
resubscribe. That's what we did. God, how much fun are we having? All right. But this whole thing brings us into our topic. First of all, they only had 96 hours of oxygen on the fucking thing. That's interesting. It would have been a much cooler story if they get stuck. I think somebody writes a movie where they get stuck, and it's even better. But the reality is that they imploded. It just imploded, and they're all dead. And it's not really that much of an unsolved mystery. But it did get us thinking about unsolved mysteries.
I do want to just quickly go back to the Dawood guy.
Sure.
I want to look up what he did because I saw something that fascinated. Can we look up the
Was he-
Dawood guy?
I'm
and
gonna
what
take a
he
guess.
did?
I'm gonna take a guess. Like his business?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess. I have no idea. I'm gonna take a guess.
Yeah,
A media mogul.
I like that.
He's a vice president of. He's
The United States.
He is Kamala Harris.
he's
Kamala
vice
Harris.
president of a company called Karachi.
Okay.
And
I think he's the vice president of Karachi.
And they come from one of
Karachi?
the richest families in Pakistan.
I like Kalachi.
Wait, but like I saw something that was like SITU or something like that. It was like some sort of tech.
Was the vice president of Karachi, which is a city
No, yeah, my
Right.
parent, my
This
dad's
doesn't
from
make sense. This doesn't
Karachi.
make sense. No. What did he do for a living? Just look up his name.
It is Shahzada Solomon or
Dawood.
Fuzzy, go ahead and spell that for us.
Shahzadadawood.
There it is. There it is.
No, that's not him.
Oh.
That'll bring it up. Yep.
Pakistani and British businessman, investor, philanthropist. No, go up. 19-year-old submarine died along with 3 others in Titan submarine imploding. Yeah, we know that.
Type in businesses.
Wow, it really doesn't say what he does.
Because I saw something earlier and they probably scrubbed it.
Engro
He's
Corporation.
vice chairman at a business conglomerate headquartered in Pakistan City, involved in agriculture, energy, and telecommunications. Yeah, media mogul. Yeah, this guy was just a bad guy.
No, dude, he did something else. It was like SITU
No, he's
or something. It was he had some sort of
It's cut again.
Yeah.
fuck.
So why don't we just go single cam?
Yep, we're going to.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we can keep rolling.
Yeah, let's just keep rolling.
I'll just adjust.
All right. We're having some technical difficulties, everybody. It is Josh Cabaza's fault. If you want to go... now, we're getting some traction, so this episode may go viral. If it does go viral and there are millions of people watching, what I want you to do is I want you to go to Instagram and I want you to search Josh Cabaza and I want you to ruin his Instagram page.
Some sort of large
Some
role.
sort of big role in
the
the
creation-
search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and you think that this information was scrubbed from the internet after his death, and that he went to the bottom of the ocean in search of aliens.
In search of extraterrestrial life. Yes, because when I first heard about the story, I Googled this guy because he was from Pakistan, and I wanted to, and I was obviously curious about his net worth, how much are all these people worth? There was all this going around that they're billionaires and all this, and and we're looking at it now on Google. It says he's the vice chairman of Engro Corporation. It was the same blurb,
Yeah,
but it
but it
also
said
included SETI Institute.
and they've changed it.
And they've scrubbed that, and they made the information really hard to find. And he is, in fact, on the board of the SETI Institute, which is about the search of extraterrestrial whatever. And it's not own. And when I found it, when I first saw it, it wasn't also about space. It was also about exploring the ocean. So I think he went down there to see if there was any, like aliens that have touched the Titanic or anything like that, have fucked around with the Titanic. And he was
like that?
yeah, just a little fucking green glow or something. And I think he went down there in search of that and in hopes of finding something or just gaining some sort of knowledge on that. And then the aliens got his ass because they know that he's onto them and he's very powerful.
Okay, here's what I will say, Fuzzy. As your friend, you are either onto something big or you're a dumbass. And I want you to really...
Which one do you really think it is?
I want you to really examine what is more likely.
Why is it being scrubbed from the internet?
That's interesting though. I mean,
Is it being scrubbed? We did find it, though.
But you had to already know that he was a part of the
you
SETI
say.
Institute.
So you say that, Blur. I wouldn't see it. I wasn't there. I mean, I believe you. You're my friend. I believe you. Here's the thing. I believe you. But in the court of law,
Yes.
right, and in the court of public opinion, I don't know that we can say that the information has been scrubbed already. It's there. It's still there.
The information that was being shown prior has changed. Fact. The information that was shown prior about his involvement in the SETI Institute, which again is the search for extraterrestrial
Intelligence. Wow, that's a funny one to not get. That's a funny one to miss out of that.
Which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And when I saw it earlier, again, it said both ocean and space. And I think he was involved in this. He's heavily involved in the search for aliens and has knowledge on where they're actually coming from.
But
It's interesting that he would chose
But maybe not. Maybe he's just a chairman. He really has no fucking idea.
Why was his son scared?
Well, his son was scared. Oh, I can't say that. No, he's dead, man. It's not cool. I was about to say something really fun. It doesn't matter. Dude, I can't. That's not okay. We gotta be. They did just die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But they were rich. Who cares?
Who cares?
It is funny that when rich people die, you can just make fun of it. And then when poor people die, you have to pretend you care.
Gotta mourn it.
Is that true?
I mean, look at all the memes that they went crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, they did.
If
yeah.
there was Hurricane Katrina today, do you think the memes would be
Well,
going crazy like
well,
that?
part of it is and how silly the way they died was.
Yeah.
It's pretty silly.
Pretty silly.
They got in a tube and went underwater with a game controller, and then it all went wrong. And we're like, yeah. Anyways, all right, but this did. Because at the time that this was happening, there was not any knowledge of what had happened to them or where they were, and they could still be alive. So that brought us to Unsolved Mysteries.
I do want to state that I do think aliens killed them. I just want that on the record.
Fuzzy really wants to make his opinion on this known. Aliens were involved in the Titan submersible accident.
In fact, I think they might still be alive.
Okay.
That's how good of a guy. I think they might still be alive.
They're being held
They're being held captive
by aliens
By aliens
at the Titanic.
At the Titanic.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
on a roll, dude. All right. All right. So Unsolved Mysteries this week. We're looking at So have you heard this one?
I have actually.
This is one of my favorites.
This is my favorite. Yeah.
This is your favorite?
Yeah.
We're starting with the. All right.
Sweet. All right. Thanksgiving Eve 1971, a man going by the name of D.B. Cooper boarded a flight from Portland to Seattle.
No, wait. This isn't D.B. Cooper. This is Dan Cooper. I thought D.B. Cooper was someone else.
Dan Cooper is D.B. Cooper.
Oh, fuck.
What did you think this was?
Dan Cooper is D.B. Cooper, yeah. Same guy.
I honestly swear to God, this is going to sound so stupid.
I can't wait.
I thought Dan Cooper and D.B. Cooper were two separate treasure parachute plane incidents.
Wait a minute. You thought with the same story.
I thought pretty much the same. I thought it was always a coincidence that Dan Cooper and D.B. Cooper shared basically the same name and
did the
almost
same thing?
and almost the same story.
Maybe they're brothers. I don't know.
I didn't know. That's a good point. I thought maybe they were. I didn't know. I always thought it was just a huge coincidence that they were also.
Fuzzy, that doesn't even make any sense.
Hey, that's just the truth, bro.
That's just life, dude. That's what
I
happens.
truly thought these were two separate.
Dude, how lame is it for you that you found out there's only one of these guys just now?
Fuck. Okay, yeah, but this is the one that I was thinking of. I thought D.B. Cooper also had a very similar story.
It's the same story.
Yeah.
It turns out it's the same.
It turns out it is the exact same, the same dates and times and everything.
Yeah.
It's the same.
All right, my bad.
That's really funny. Go ahead. Tell the people about D.B. Cooper.
Dressed in a dark suit and wraparound sunglasses, he boarded Flight 305, a 727 bound for Seattle. He sat in the back, ordered a bourbon and soda, and slipped the stewardess a note. When she dropped it in her purse, he leaned it into the aisle and said, "Oh, miss," he said calmly, "you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The skyjacker ransomed $200,000 in cash from the FBI and 4 parachutes. He released the crew in Seattle and with remarkable specificity ordered the plane to fly at 200 knots and stay under 10,000 feet. The flaps at 15 degrees and the landing gear down. Boeing said the plane couldn't handle those settings. He said it could. They said the aft door couldn't be lowered in mid-flight. He said it could. He opened it and jumped out into a stormy night, never to be seen again.
Okay, a couple questions. First of all, so he was in the air and gave her that note?
He was in the air mid-flight, ordered a drink, handed the note, and said that he gave then
Understood.
He
Okay.
wrote out another note to hand to the pilot.
Right. So
understand.
what happened is they landed.
Yeah.
The FBI
okay.
gave them he kept a few of the crew as hostages.
Right.
The FBI gave him $200,000 and the 4 parachutes. He kept the pilots and then he released the rest of the crew. They went up in the air again and he dropped out after telling the pilots this specific instruction because he claimed he had a bomb on him the whole time.
Only $200,000.
Yeah. Why not go for fucking $3 million at that point?
Yeah, I
or
don't
something?
understand.
It's a different time. $200,000 was a lot in 1971.
True, but it's not that
See,
much.
this guy knew so much. It makes me think he was a part of some sort of hostage negotiation team for the FBI.
He knew exactly
because
what
he knew exactly what they would give him and what he could give
D.B.
away.
Cooper's his real name, right?
No, they don't know who the
he
man
is.
actually is.
How did we come up with DB Cooper?
That's what he boarded the flight as.
Right.
Okay.
He
Okay.
bought
okay.
his ticket under that
Okay.
name.
So he could still just be out there.
Right. This man in the lower right-hand corner here, he actually, after he died, his family came forth and said that he was the real DB Cooper, but there's nothing tying him to that.
This guy is so sick.
Such a badass.
Yeah.
This is
Such
one of
a
the most badass things a human has ever done in modern history.
Didn't hurt anybody.
Didn't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
Didn't
Nope.
hurt a fly.
Took us $200,000. You never heard
Played
from
the
him again.
FBI.
Didn't fucking brag about it.
Didn't brag about it.
Yeah. What a fucking G.
He told
Or-
them to go to Mexico. They were chartering a plane to Mexico, and it's believed that he jumped out and actually went north to Canada because he jumped out of a plane in the Pacific Northwest.
So like little misdirection.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, go to Mexico. He probably hopped out right away.
Yep.
Where
Smart.
did the plane end up landing?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let me check.
That's so sick though.
So now there are a couple theories. One, he got away with it.
Right.
Or two, he landed in a tree, has
And
been
died.
stuck up there and no one has found him.
He's still up there.
And there's just $200,000 up there with him.
Ooh, we should go look for it.
That's the thing. People look for his treasure all the time.
Really?
Yeah. There's a movie, I think Without a Paddle, that comedy
That's
movie
about that?
That's about trying to go find DB Cooper's treasure.
Really? I didn't know that.
I'm not
That's
exactly
interesting.
sure if it's that movie, but there is a movie about it.
Are there tours? I bet there's a tour. I bet some douchebag set up a tour. You know, you can just set up tours.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about setting up ghost tours in Austin and
Fake
just
ghost tours?
and lying about the whole thing. Like, yeah, there's a ghost.
Listen,
yeah,
sometimes you can hear him. It's just me behind the wall. Tip well.
dude. Off the phone ghost tour, dude.
Off the phone
Hell
ghost
yeah.
tour.
And we just have you and you just behind curtains and shit. Ooh. That'd be great.
They landed in Reno, and there are definitely tours. There's a boat tour. There's a lot of tours out there for this.
This is
Yeah.
a DB Cooper tour?
DB Cooper boat tour.
No, I
Because
told you.
It's in a seek to find his hidden treasure.
Dude, also, but tours are bullshit businesses, dude. It's the easy. I'm thinking about it. It's the easiest thing you can just set up and tourists will come do for no fucking reason, and you have to have no credibility whatsoever to just give a tour. I could give tours of Austin right now for
Top-
$50 a pop.
Comedy tour.
Comedy tour.
Take you around
Here's
the
the
scene.
creek. Here's sunset.
There's the mothership.
Here's the mothership. I can't go in that
We
one.
can't go in. We can't go in. But here it is, just a tour of taking them around. Here's East Austin Comedy
Listen, I
Club.
know I'm booked. I still can't go in there. I don't know what the deal is with that.
You got a good point though. I actually was on a tour of Austin this week, a boat tour for the Bats in Austin.
Yeah.
And while this dude was doing the tour, I was just pointing out before he could even say, I'd be like, "Oh, that's what that." I mean, it's a
Nothing,
bullshit
dude.
thing,
There's the Google thing. Here's a fucking beer. Shut up.
Yeah.
They're
$50.
They're getting as much as we get for a comedy show for tickets to those things too.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to start doing tours. Why not?
We should do tours.
You want to do tours?
We should do a tour.
You want to set up tours?
We should set up tours.
Fuzzy and Darian's Austin Ghost Tour.
Austin Ghost Tour.
Hell yeah.
And
$20 a pop.
and we just don't take him to anywhere that's actually haunted at all.
No.
We just lie.
We just lie.
We just lie.
But it's out on the podcast right now. We are lying.
We are lying.
We're admitting that right now.
the whole thing
is a shame.
is a satire tour thing.
Yes.
So you can't sue us.
You can't sue
But
us.
we're gonna pretend it's so real.
It's so real.
It's gonna be great.
And we're gonna.
But also, even if we just said there are ghosts, that's as real as somebody saying there are ghosts if
just-
there are ghosts.
we should just take them to Barton Springs.
Yes.
Because they won't be mad.
Oh, yeah, it's good. We'll bring some sandwiches, dude. Listen, here, your ticket gets you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some
Lunchable.
orange slices, a little bit of lemonade, and we'll go to Barton Springs. We'll have a good time. We're just going to hang out at Barton. You've still got to pay to get into Barton. We don't cover that, but our Barton tour is $100 a piece. What do you think?
I'm in.
I'm in, dude. Tours are great. Let's start doing tours.
What the fuck is this? I've never heard of this.
Marfa Lights?
I've never heard
You
of
don't know
this.
the Marfa Lights? Oh, this is one of my
Lights.
favorites. Because Marfa's not too far from here. I actually want to go.
Marfa is the place where they have that fake Prada store.
Prada Marfa. They also have like a 30-foot tall neon Playboy bunny sign in the middle of nowhere.
Let's go to Marfa. How far is Marfa from here?
It's
5 hours?
It's a journey, yeah.
But the 5 hours is not crazy. We can go on Sunday. You know what I mean? Wake up early, go out to Marfa, get drunk.
Yeah, as long as it's not football season. I'm not gonna go fucking in the middle of the desert when the fucking Vikes are playing.
I mean, we can go on another day. That's so funny.
yeah, it's 5 hours. It's like 5 hours and 20 minutes from here.
Let's go do a show.
I would love to do a show in Marfa. We should do a show at the Prada thing. Can we do that?
Can we
do
do
we need a
that?
permit? Can we just do a pop-up show?
It's an art installation. So I
Yeah,
got
exactly.
it.
We're doing more
Oh
art.
yeah, it's art.
I
We're
don't-
installing art.
Excuse me. We are art. Excuse me. Excuse me. Are you saying we're not art?
I apologize.
How does an art? I'm trying to install art here. Can you explain what the fuck I'm doing wrong
Yeah,
at this art installation?
exactly. We are installing. This is an art installation, correct? Am I wrong?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
You know
Exactly.
what? I'm happy to
I'm
reach
installing
out
art.
to them. We'll reach out to the Prada Marfa people, see if we can get a
Let's
stage
do
put
it.
in front of it.
Let's do it.
It'd be great.
I actually have been thinking about wanting to go do shows in like these smaller towns, like around Austin, where like nothing is going on. I bet you there's audiences to be had.
Oh yeah, you can go fucking headline Tyler. And
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what's up with Austin? What's up with Texas just having the names of people as towns? Kyle, Austin,
White names.
white names, Tyler, Taylor,
Who the hell is Buda?
Marfa.
Marfa.
Hey, Marfa.
Hey, Marfa.
I knew a dude named Marfa once.
He's a dude?
Yeah, Marfa. Good guy.
I thought it was Martha with a lisp.
Marfa. No, but you don't know what the Marfa lights are?
Never heard of him.
Read them off, dude.
The Marfa lights have been observed near U.S. Route 67 on Mitchell Flat, east of Marfa, Texas, drawing visitors from around the globe for a chance to see the unexplained phenomenon. Accounts of the strange spectacle just east of Marfa began during the 19th century and continued to this day. Ranchers, Native Americans, high school sweethearts, and famous meteorologists alike have reported seeing seemingly sourceless lights dancing on the horizon southeast of town, an area that is nearly uninhabited and extremely difficult to traverse. The mystery lights are sometimes red, sometimes blue, sometimes white, and usually appear randomly throughout the night, no matter the season or the weather.
So they haven't been able to.
I have no idea where the lights are coming from.
What happens when the lights come? People can't get out there and look at what it is?
What do you mean?
Like when the lights appear,
Yes.
why, like when you walk towards them and you get to where they are, what happens?
I think
Then
it's too far.
Yeah, it's
And they only come from one direction.
it's Harry Styles' old band that's making the lights?
I think so. I think that's currently the leading theory.
yeah.
It is Harry
Wait,
Styles.
So here's photos of it on the side here.
So they've gotten photos of it before?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
photos right here. Here's a
You
video.
can, isn't it every night?
Every single night.
You can see it every night. We can go out there tonight and watch it.
So how has nobody been like, I'm going to go to where the lights are?
That's why it's unsolved.
They can't get to them in time. Like they're
So why doesn't someone at noon say, hey, I'm going to hike out to where the lights are,
I
pack a
think
little
they've
lunch,
done that. I think they've
and
done
go
that.
there?
But then they can't see anything.
yeah, they're quick moving. They're just like here's a video.
And no scientific theory or like light reflecting has been able to
I
prove
think
this
light
wrong.
reflecting is the leading theory, right? From like a cars or something.
Yeah.
But they've also-
like
but-
right below his arm here.
But nobody has been able to like find the pattern.
Okay, I see that little light.
Oh, there's a video happening.
So it's so you can't really see it there, but under his arm. These happen every night.
This is the worst video that you could have found for this.
But no one has been able to see them close up.
No.
And finding video is pretty difficult online.
Mm-hmm.
There's photos.
Easy to say now.
There's photos.
And that red and green thing, that's the light.
Yeah, and it shoots across. And these little, they also the craziest theory is that they're called the Will o' the Wisp. It's this like fictional Will o' the Wisp. Yeah. I think this is what they think that they're these little things.
Who thinks it's these things?
Reading about it.
What the fuck does that mean? You just made this shit up.
I'm so confused as to how nobody has gotten close to these things. how
I
nobody
think
has
it's
proved
first of all,
it
we've
wrong.
not been out there, so we don't know what it looks like. But I
Right.
think it's a situation where you can kind of only see them from one spot in one direction, and no one can figure out where the light is coming from. Even if you go out there, it's just like there's nothing there.
There's a whole visitors center that has an observation deck that's actually just for viewing this stuff. But it's
and it's
like,
every night.
yeah, and it's just one spot, and no one has ever been able to explain what it is. Not scientists or anyone that's looked at it. They said it doesn't make sense because there's no roads out there. There's no like highways or anything like that. There's nothing out there for the light to be reflecting off of. There's no camping or anything.
But it's not like an aurora borealis thing.
No, it's completely random, just zipping across the sky.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's aliens.
Oh, I mean that's obviously what it is.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't think I had to say that. So who fucking? This is fucking stupid.
This is a good one, huh? No, fuck you, stupid. You don't want to go see these?
I want to go see it bad.
Let's go. It's 5 hours.
They
Let's do
almost
it.
look like little comets. Look at that. They have like a fire tail on them.
And that's it shooting across.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this one down here.
It doesn't say stagnant like that, right? It just fucking comes for a second and goes.
Can we do an episode from the observation deck at night? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right,
See,
we should
why
do
not?
that. We
It's a
should
public
1000% do that.
We could get a
Live from the Marfa lights. It's off the phone.
Yes,
Dude.
that's a good episode.
Come on, dude.
Cause I want to see it. I want to see what the fuck the.
I do too.
hubbub
I've never
is.
been out there, and it's not that. And we live pretty close to it now.
Yeah, we should investigate. We could do an.
What if we
investigate.
solved it? What if we got out, Fuzzy? What if we got you out there, and within like 30 seconds, you were like, "Oh yeah, it's this," and then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense."
methane gas? That's
Yeah,
all it is.
yeah.
So, what also interests me about this place is the Prada store.
Let's look up the Prada store.
Look up the Prada
Do you
store.
think the
'cause
Prada store and the
I-
lights are connected?
Well, first of all, I would just like to go shopping.
Well, it's not a real store.
I think.
You are a prime Prada customer.
Do they know who built the Prada store there?
yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just a pop-up Prada store out of
This
nowhere.
is who built it. Elm Green and Drag Set.
What
What
was
if-
this fucking guy?
What if it was that?
His name
Da-
Green's literally in his fucking name.
what if
and
it was
drag.
that DeWood guy?
God damn it. So also, we got to go back to that guy because I was on to something. I was so on to something. We didn't explain.
Yeah, it is where we're talking about the Marfa. This episode is going to get us flagged on every FBI. We're talking about the Marfa lights, the DeWood guy, the SETI Institute. Now we got the Prada store.
So why the fuck did they choose to build this weird shit in this place where this weird shit happens?
Now
That's
let me
what I
ask you:
wanna know.
does Prada know about this?
Yeah.
And Prada signed off on it, and it's art. But
it's
it's
a biodegradable. It's a biodegradable replica Prada store. It's just a fake storefront. It's not an actual
real.
store.
you can't buy Prada.
No, it's
Prada.
just to go take pictures with.
The
But
artist
Pro-
recreated
but-
it to dissolve back into the earth.
Is Prada cool with it though?
Yeah, they endorsed it.
Why?
It's like a whole art because it brings notoriety to their brand and it's an
But is this guy
eco-friendly
like
art project.
anti-corporations or some artsy bullshit?
It's meant to be a statement on the waste of fashion, about how much waste and how much fashion and new fashion is like destroying the earth through.
And Prada was like, "Yeah, let's get behind this."
Yeah, I mean, because why not? It's bringing. Look at we're talking about it right now. I mean, it's working.
Oh, it's the Playboy light.
Well, that's different.
What?
Well, they have a 30 fucking foot Playboy neon sign.
Yeah, he said at the beginning of the episode.
So that's what the fuck the lights are.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I think they're able to definitively prove that that's not. I think you're jumping to a lot of. I think you're making a lot of assumptions about the lights, considering you've never fucking been to Marfa. Well, I have a feeling you would be able to look at the Marfa lights in that direction and see the Playboy thing behind
Could you imagine if no one figured that out yet?
Yeah, and that's what it was.
Oh, it's the 30-foot Playboy light.
Also, the Playboy light's only been around since what? 2000? I'm gonna guess 12. The Marfa lights have been here since the 70s.
Since the 19th century,
The Marfa lights?
they've been recorded as people seeing them since the 19th century.
So that's
Yeah.
the 1800s.
That's 1975.
no,
What is it?
we're,
No,
the
1970 is
1800s,
18. Yeah,
1800s,
it's
yeah.
that's weird. I don't.
yeah, because the first
I don't
century
like.
is
I
0
don't.
to 100.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I hate that.
I don't like that at all.
I don't like that.
19th should be the 1900s.
Yes.
I mean, how are we arguing about this? You know what I mean?
I think everyone agrees. Now, I'm very interested.
I like how we're just making decisions. Like, yeah, all right.
All of humanity agrees
I'm
on this.
very interested in why they chose to put the Prada. I think there's a huge link, and I think there's a huge detail.
This is why we are, folks. This is why we do what we do. All right, we listen. The Marfa lights
Are
and Prada
somehow associated. There's some
with
sort
the
of clue.
wood
And
the
the
Titanic.
SETI Institute and the
Yes.
Titanic.
Yeah, this
There's
is
some sort
all
of master link.
related.
I don't know about all the other things, but I do believe that
D.B. Cooper
there
is
is
alive.
somebody knows what the Marfa lights are, and their Prada store, the fake Prada store, is involved in it. The fake Prada store, there's some sort of clue or there's some sort of symbolism behind why they put that there and why the Marfa lights occur there. And there's 100% no doubt in my mind that I'm correct.
So you think there's like a national treasure situation?
There's zero doubt. This man has zero doubts in his mind that anything he just
Why
said
the fuck
was
would you
not-
put that weird Prada store in the middle of a fuck? First of all, it's Texas. No one wears Prada. The Prada is for uppity fucking snobs in New York.
Is
And
that
trust
right? Aren't
Yeah.
you a Prada guy?
I would love to be a Prada guy, but I'm not. But it's for rich people. So why do you put that fucking fake Prada store in Marfa, Texas, the place where the lights thing
The
happened?
guy is anti-Prada, and that's part of why I don't understand why Prada would endorse this.
The guy was anti-Prada?
Yeah, he is anti-fashion.
Then why the Prada side off?
The thing is, that's what I'm saying. Now you're
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
right, because so the guy is talking about it's an art institution bringing attention to the waste that fashion creates on planet Earth, and Prada was like, yeah, we like that.
But Prada is part of that.
Prada's part. Why would they do that?
Because it makes them look self-aware. It makes them look
Self-aware.
like they're self-aware.
Aliens.
That,
AI.
Dude, we did it.
We did it. Dude, all I'm saying is there's 1,000% a connection between putting that weird Prada store there and maybe the people that are involved are they have what's the word? Anonymity. They don't even know that they were involved in this, but someone higher up has ties to the Marfa lights. And why do you put the Prada store where the light thing happens? That's all I want to fucking know.
How far is the Prada store from the observation deck? Let's find that out.
Figure that out.
That's the next piece in this puzzle right here.
If it is 12,000 feet, then there is a tie to the Titanic submersible because that's how dope.
This is the most pointless podcast I've ever been a part of. I mean, I don't think you understand. This is awesome, but we've somehow talked about nothing for almost 40 minutes. We're currently looking up the distance from the Prada art installation to the observation deck.
And we lost sound.
Uh-oh.
Never mind, we're back.
We're back, dude.
And I don't know. If we're back.
43 minutes away from each other.
Can we pull it up on a map?
Can you look up how many feet that is? Is it about 2 miles?
Oh my God. No, because that'd be way farther than 2 miles. 43 minutes? You'd be going like 1 mile an hour.
Walking.
I bet you it's 43 minutes from the surface to getting down.
That's what I'm getting to.
Here we go.
That's what I'm getting to.
That's Austin. Prada Marfa. Let's see here. That thing is so sick, though. That's pretty cool.
The Prada
It's
store?
biodegradable?
It's gonna disintegrate into the earth.
How
and
long?
the artists they don't know, but the artists have specifically said it depends on
What
the
if
weather.
it just never does?
It depends on the weather.
What if it just never does, though? What if they just say that and they're like, yeah, it's up another year, and then it's 10,000 years later, the goddamn Prada store is still there. It's made of plastic. I bet you that's the conspiracy. I bet you that biodegradable Prada store is made of plastic. You know how I know? It's still up.
Yeah.
They said it would biodegrade. It's been up for years. That's the funniest prank. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, it's biodegradable. It'll be fine. It's like, hey, man, it's been another year. This thing's still up. What's gonna happen? And you're like, don't even.
It's made of orange peels.
It looks just as good as it did the day they
It's
put it.
just
How
a
long
pro-
has it been up?
It's just a normal Prada store.
It is a Prada. It's a functional Prada store that makes no money because it's in fucking Marfa, Texas.
You can't even go in it.
Is someone watching it? Is there a security guard at all times?
2005.
And it's still up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, it's small. This is probably what it looks like on a normal day. It's just a
I
bunch
think
of
the
material.
Prada store is the unsolved mystery here.
Marfa seems to hold a lot of mysteries that we should go investigate.
See, now what would have been fun and what would have been awesome is if they built that store and didn't tell anyone and didn't have a reason why they built it. So one day there was just a Prada store in this town.
Yeah.
Now that's how you have a fun prank.
Yes.
What they're doing is gay as fuck.
Yes. Dude, speaking of pranks, there's this guy on Instagram on Instagram or YouTube, right? Have you seen this guy? He's like a white dude in like overalls, and he walks up to black guys and just starts like calling them boy.
Oh my god,
Dude,
Jesus.
it's just like so far beyond. And I was talking to Miles about this. I'm like upset that it's like even part of my feed because it's like this is not a prank. This is just fucked. This is like fucking gross and fucked up. And you're like watching the guys, like you're watching the gears turn where they're like they can't even believe what's happening is happening. It's just so. It's just like I'm so sick of like that lane on YouTube of like pranking people in public. I'm so over. I hate every part of it. It's almost never good and never funny to me.
A lot of those dudes are getting.
And how long till your kid is born?
2 months.
This is what happens. See, when you become a dad, you start turning like this.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This type of shit.
I think
this
you're
type
right.
of shit really starts fucking pissing you off when you become a dad.
So fucking right. You're so fucking right.
Yeah.
And you know what though? I'm happy about it. I can't wait to be that guy.
Yeah.
I can't fucking wait. That is so my true nature and vibe. I've been trying to.
They're the Cleveland Indians. Why do we got to change it?
We all already know.
I'm gonna be in here with a MAGA hat next week.
This is what happens. I'm telling you. You have a kid.
Yeah.
You start becoming a real Republican.
Yeah. Anyways, this one specifically, I hate that whole lane, but this guy, I wish, dude, post his fucking name up and actually don't even do that.
Dawson.
Fucking, I just fucking, it's so.
Doss his ass.
I just don't understand what the prank is.
Yeah, no, it's just being racist.
It's just being racist.
yeah.
And then the guys like get real mad. Like, dude, guys will grab him and be like, "What the fuck?"
It's
and
a
then
prank.
Yeah, they'll do that. They'll be like, "It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. There's a camera right."
Doesn't
and I would
matter.
be like,
At that point,
it doesn't matter. There's a camera. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Now there is this one little Mexican guy
Here
who
we
does
go.
these pranks.
Here we go.
But I think he's the one guy that does these, and I'm like, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He has this one where he goes to people, and he's like, he goes up to black people in Houston, and he goes, "You trying to what, bro? You trying to get checked? You trying to get checked?" And like black people are like, "What? What, son?" You know?
Yeah.
And they like start pointing guns at him. He's like, "Yeah, you trying to get checked, my boy? You trying to get checked?" And they're like, "What the fuck, bro? Who the fuck you talking?" And then he just pulls out a check and writes them with like a $10,000 check.
I hate it. I actually hate it. I hate it so much.
That's pretty funny.
I hate that too. I hate our economy is now based on Mr. Beast giving out people money. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking. I hate the world we live in. I am gonna be a dad. Oh my god, I'm ready for it.
That's what's happening.
I
dude.
hate the fucking world, dude. God, it's so gross.
You're just like, cut this shit. I don't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. Marfa Lights, unexplained. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on?
I think that's an interesting one.
I would love to go see it.
I think we should go.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Big Laugh to get on that.
Can they get us a hotel? Do they have hotels in Marfa?
Yeah. They have like teepees you can
Hold
see.
on. Go
What's
back.
the population
Look-
of Marfa?
Look up. Yeah. We might just. This whole episode might just be Marfa Lights.
This is the map you were wanting. That's how far they are apart. They're roughly 43 minutes apart from each other.
43 minutes.
45 miles.
And how many minutes does it take to get to
but
the?
look what there. Fort Davis, is that a military base?
Look that up.
Look that up.
We might be onto it, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, the gears have been turning recently, dude.
It's a
Unincorporated
yeah.
community. It must have been a military installation like during the
What happened at Fort Davis?
The Indian Wars, 1854 to 1891.
Southwest.
Yep.
Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airline planes.
What if we just start doing this in our podcast?
So
This is our podcast now.
Wait. What's the population of Marfa? 43 minutes, huh?
Which of course, I think that's about the time.
Elevation. Hold on. How much is that? Hold the phone.
You're so stupid.
How far below the sea were they?
They were above the
They're
sea.
above the sea.
No, in the Titanic submersible.
Like 12,000.
Okay, never
What was
mind.
it? 12,000 feet?
I thought maybe,
Yeah.
but maybe it happened at 4,500 feet.
That would be quite the coincidence.
That would not be a coincidence,
Fucking
sir.
headphones fell off.
Fuck that. That would not
so
be a coincidence,
far,
sir.
right.
No
You're right.
coincidence that would
I
that
was
be.
so far into a fake conspiracy, I was making up my headphones.
I know. I know. Flipping out.
Really making this up. Hold on. What's the
This is so
population?
stupid.
What's the fucking population?
1,750.
Dude, that's nothing.
Why is things happening here?
It's a artist. It's like this hotspot for art and artists. They've like renovated all these old hotels into art galleries, and it's turned it into like kind of like a hipster
We gotta go solve it.
mecca.
We're
Yeah.
the guys for the job.
There's weird shit that happens.
Dude, if we
out
did a
there.
show out there and sold 50 tickets, that's like 10% of the population
Yeah,
showed
yeah.
up for our show.
yeah,
We should do a comedy show in Marfa.
let's look into it. I mean,
Yeah, they need comedy out there. Obviously, they got weird shit going on. Fort Davis is not a military base. What were we looking at before, though? We looked at the population, almost nothing.
43 minutes.
Look up the, can we look up the city council? See who's on the city council in Marfa. I bet you we could get on that pretty easy.
Get on the city council.
1,700 is not that many people to convince.
Be mayor of Marfa.
Manuel, can we find him on Instagram? Let's go ahead and send him a message.
Manuel Beza.
Let's ask him. He's got a phone number. Let's just call him.
He does.
Yeah, and let's ask him
Oh, that's
right
the
now.
mayor. Let's call the mayor.
Let's call the fucking
wanna
mayor.
call the mayor
Let's
of
call
Marfa
the
right
mayor of
now?
Marfa.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't know how to run the phone through this.
We'll just fucking.
All right.
We can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
Can
that.
you
I'll
do
call-
this?
I'll call
I
him.
can't keep my face straight for this.
There's no.
Just-
We've
Ladies
done
and
this
gentlemen, ladies
before.
and
We know how this always ends.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are contacting the mayor of Marfa to request doing a show at where are
The
we doing
Prada.
it? The Prada or the
Or at the
observation?
Marfa Lights.
Yeah, at the
At the
Marfa
actual-
We
lights.
want to record a
Observation
live
center.
podcast. Let's get our request. Let's get our
yeah.
request down. We have a podcast.
Yeah.
We do over 300 views an episode now. So make sure you lead with that. All right. We do over 300 views an episode. We are part of a large comedy conglomerate here in Austin, Texas, the comedy capital of the world. We want to come out to the observation deck and do a live podcast overnight about the Marfa Lights Manual. Are you in or are you out?
We'd love to talk to like
This
a
would
local-
be good for the town.
We're trying to bring in tourism.
We're trying to bring in tourism.
we're on it.
We're bringing 10,000
I'm
people
calling.
with us.
I'm calling.
Manuel. No, go back to his name. We need his name. Hello. Es Manuel. Hello, es Manuel. ¿Qué quiere?
He's the whitest Manuel over.
No, dude. No. Wait till you hear his voice.
The destination voicemail box. is
Destination. Full.
How
His
is
voice-
he? How is his voice?
This guy's getting a lot of
He
shit.
must be getting a
All
lot
right,
of
let's go
stuff.
back to the
Yeah.
other people's. Let
Yeah,
me call one of
yeah.
the council members.
Yeah.
Go back. We'll call fucking
Mark Morrison?
We'll call Mark Cash. Oh, I'm sure he's fucking innocent in this whole thing. Mr. Cash. I'm sure
Call him and really accuse him of something.
of being an
when
alien.
he says no to our show, which he clearly will, then go ahead and accuse him of foul play because of his name Cash. Go for it.
Please.
Oh, we're emailing all these people.
God, how many people are fucking calling? There's 10,000.
Yeah, what could you be doing in Marfa right now that you can't pick up the phone?
They're at Prada.
Is there a movie theater in Marfa?
Good question.
Find out if there's a theater in Marfa, like an
so-
old school theater.
destination voicemail box is full.
What the hell is
Hold
going
on,
We gotta
dude.
get into one of
Hold
these double
Palace
digits.
Theater. What is that? Seats 760. That might be too big for me. If we co-headline this thing, even I don't know if I can do 700 tickets in Marfa. I can do 700 tickets in Austin.
This Crowley guy's all over everything. Also,
Alistair, do you know Alistair Crowley? Look up Alistair Crowley.
whoa!
Any rela-
I was just walking past Mothership, and there's a girl outside there with a sign that says, "Joe Rogan is Alistair Crowley." That
Oh,
just
that's
happened,
weird.
and I was like, "Who is Alistair Crowley?" And we got to this.
Alistair Crowley's in it. I actually would like to do a whole episode on Alistair Crowley.
Who is he?
He was a
Here you go.
This is such a crazy coincidence.
he
that this
was
resonates.
a cult leader, I guess you could say, in the early part of the 1900s. I know that I only know this because of some things in my past, but I know that L. Ron Hubbard apparently was really into this guy in L.A. in the late 70s or early or late 50s or 60s. I can't remember the timeline. But this guy was he was a weird cult leader. He practiced like weird seances and stuff, and had groups, and was into the real satanic and
He was a member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn.
yeah.
That's so
the
weird.
real
That
Illuminati.
literally on my way here, grabbing a coffee from Sunset, I'm walking past, and there's a girl outside the sign that says Joe Rogan is Alistair
Aleister Crowley.
And I was like, who the fuck is that?
When I
And then
drove by, she was wearing she had a different sign up that was very similar.
What did
to
it say?
Well, I drove by and dropped off Sarah, and then came back, and it was two different things. The first time it just said, "How is Joe Rogan funny?" And then the other time I didn't catch what it said, but it
He's
was
pretty funny.
something.
It's funny,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Or
funny,
how
yeah.
is Joe Rogan famous? Which
Oh well, he's very funny.
I mean, he's funny and has a huge podcast.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the Aleister Crowley was the one that I missed.
I saw the Aleister Crowley one, which is so weird that this ended up. So now I'm all in on this. Go back to this Crowley, others Crowley.
I'm
guy.
interested in what she thinks. Does she think he's actually Aleister Crowley?
Or I don't know.
If she's out
Just
there,
such a crazy coincidence.
love to interview
Let's go
her.
talk to her.
Let's see. So now go back to the.
Yeah. So this
before we
guy
got
is
to
this guy
Crowley.
related to Aleister Crowley? Rob Crowley?
Tim Crowley.
Rob and Tim Crowley? Look them up.
Were
What's
they,
their
were
lineage?
they the Crowley Theater? Were they? But now go back to the phone numbers really quick.
Go back to the Crowley Theater. Oh, this is we're in it now, dude.
Go back to the phone.
What
numbers.
is happening in Marfa?
Go back to the phone numbers.
All right, we got it right here.
I saw a Crowley.
You saw Crowley Theater.
Crowley Theater.
Yeah.
Look up Crowley Theater though. Look up just the
Right
Wikipedia. Can we get the is there an information on that? When did that open? Is Aleister Crowley involved in the Crowley Theater?
I don't believe so.
How would you know?
Well, Aleister Crowley was in England. I don't even think he ever came to America.
In
No, he was
1998.
definitely in L.A.
He was in LA.
I think so. Look up Aleister Crowley, Los Angeles.
A Gapey Lodge.
Here's 6 places he performed his particular brand of magic.
I need to look at. I need to figure out.
Scotland, New Hampshire. So he did New York. He was in America.
All right. So what do we want to do? Also, I think there's a SETI. I think there's a SETI thing pretty close to Marfa.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm not even kidding.
All right, let me call one of these other people. Let me call Travis.
Try this one with Raul. Try
Yeah, he's got a
Raul.
photo.
Yeah.
Promising. He probably keeps up on his shit. Oh, and he's got an American flag. Red-blooded American man.
Oh, he'll love you.
They might be willing to talk to us because I mean, they promote the Marfa lights on their website.
Hello?
Hey, is this Raul Lara, city councilman of...
Yes.
How are you today, Raul?
Good. What's going on?
I just had a few questions about your city, what's been going on, and also hopefully potentially doing a live podcast at the observation deck. We have a podcast. My name is Fuzzy Kilji. I have my co-host Darian Irwin. We have a podcast that gets over 250,000 views per episode. And we're interested in doing a live podcast from the observation deck or at the scene of the Marfa lights and really getting to the bottom of what's going on down there. Now, on top of that, I just got a few quick questions for you. What do you think's going on with the Marfa lights?
Back in the 1940s, it used to be an air base.
A what?
An air base?
An air base.
A military air base.
Davis?
Was it Fort Davis?
No.
We can't find the airbase.
So continue. What was the air base, and why do you think that's correlated to the lights?
I don't know. Geologists from Japan were over, I say maybe 10 years ago. They flew over him. They spent all night there. And so, I don't know. They didn't conclude, but some kind of gases. But it's weird because their color.
How long ago was that?
How long ago was that, you said?
That was about 8 or 10 years ago.
8 or 10 years ago, and there was geologists from Japan who concluded it was potential gases.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think this correlates to the Prada store? What's up with that thing?
I have no idea. You know, it's Marfa Prada, and that damn thing is 45 miles away from Marfa in Valentine, Texas.
Oh, it's not even
Have
in.
you-
It's not even in.
So they're just using the name.
They're just using the name, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, Raul,
yeah, I think-
who would we need to speak to about potentially? Raul, who would we need to speak to about potentially doing a show from the observation deck for the lights?
I don't think anyone. Actually, that was put when Pete Gallego was our state rep
Uh-huh.
Okay,
years ago.
so it's just it's open to the public
It's
all
open-
night.
It's open to the public, yes, sir.
24/7?
They bought that private land the state did to make the Marfa Lights viewing site.
Oh wow, okay, and the lights happen every night.
Yes, and the one that takes care of it is TxDOT. You might ask them.
TxDOT.
Text dot.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Raul, thank you so much for all the information, my man. We'll be
You
in touch
bet.
with you.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks,
All right.
man.
Raul,
Uh-huh.
one final
Yes, sir.
question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this, in any way, with the Marfa lights, has any correlation whatsoever
To the Titan.
to the Titan submersible that recently the tragedy?
Wow, that's a good question.
It's a great
It's a great question. It's why
And
we're here,
We're actually getting close to an answer, Raul. Believe it or not, there is a correlation between that and the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. But we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much.
Also, one
Go ahead.
more question.
Yeah, and when you go out to the Marfa Lights, there's a red beaming tower, and so a little to the right, because a lot of people confuse that with Highway 67 coming in from Presidio, because those are traffic lights.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Good to know. And then also, we tried to call the mayor. He didn't answer.
Manny Baeza?
Yeah.
What? Any comment on that?
I don't. He might be busy.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume he's the guy. He's the mayor of the whole goddamn thing. You know,
Yeah.
he's got to
Yeah.
have something on his plate.
Did you get his phone number, his cell phone? Or?
Yeah, we got his cell
we got
phone.
his
He didn't
cell.
answer.
Okay.
Neither did Mark. Oh, Mark Cash. How do you feel about that guy, Mark Cash?
Oh, he's an awesome guy. I
He
love
is.
him. Yes. And then our new two councilmen, Travis Ackerman and Mark, what's his name? They just got elected in May.
Okay. Very cool. Very good information. Raul, you have been
And
such
you
a
know
big
what?
help.
You bet. And you just might text the mayor, and he might respond to you. I said just because if he doesn't know your number, he might not answer. And just a little
Smart.
bit brief description.
That's why
of
he's
who
mayor.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Makes sense. Unlike you answered.
Yeah.
I answer to all.
Just bust your balls, Raul. Thank you so
Raul,
much.
thanks,
You're
man.
awesome, man.
That's why I'm in my third term, or I just got reelected in May.
Congratulations, Raul.
God
You're a
bless
hell of a
America,
guy.
buddy.
God bless America.
You're doing
God
the Lord's
bless you.
work.
We'll see you soon. If you would like to come out, we'll try to keep
We'll
in contact.
send you a text.
Yeah,
We'll
keep in
send you a text
contact.
when we're gonna be
Hopefully
there.
we can have you on the pod, okay?
Sure, you got my number,
Oh, just so you know, Raul, we do this conversation is live on our podcast right now. Is it okay that we post this?
That's fine.
Perfect.
Thank you,
Perfect.
sir.
Thanks so
All
much,
right.
man.
God bless you,
Thank you,
Raul.
gentlemen. All
We're
right,
going to figure
I'll
out
take
what's
care.
going on with that submersible, okay?
We'll FaceTime you
That's
next
right.
week.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Goodbye,
All
Raul.
right,
Thank you.
bye-bye. That is show business.
Show
baby.
business, baby. Hey.
I told-
Also, what's that 250,000 views bullshit, dude?
I'm trying to get us the fucking damn thing. I don't know if it's more.
We're talking to city council members out here. What other podcast in Austin is doing anything
I
like what we're
told you
doing?
we were getting
We
somewhere.
are the number fucking one, dude.
We figured out we were getting somewhere this whole episode. We were on the verge of something.
Oh, we
The
were about to go
whole
do a
damn
live app from the Marfa Lights.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Like, subscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe.
That's the
Play
show
us on
off
loop.
the phone. All right. Corey's going to throw some chairs around. We'll talk to you later.
Hasta soon.